Hello, my name's Stephen Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to another AutoCAD cooking class. In this class here, we're going to create an end table, and the end table is going to be 18 by 18 by 15.5 inches high. So I'm just going to check my units, and let me change those to architectural, 64th, 3 zeros here. Okay. Now I'm just going to check my limits. 0, 0 is fine because the lower left hand corner is going to be the insertion point. And so then I'm just going to make this 3624. 36, 24. Enter. Zoom all. So there we are. Again, I would like to change my view to new views, and I want to do again 3 right. These are fine. Over here I'll just change this to 3D and change this to southwest isometric and OK. So in my top view now, instead of using the box here, I think I'm going to change over to the mesh. The advantage of the mesh is if I want to take my end table and turn it into a coffee table, all I have to do is stretch it. So that's kind of a pretty cool trick. Now you can do that with solids, but you have to do each piece as an individual. So that gets to be a little bit hard because there's a lot of pieces here. So first thing I want to do is look at my primitives. And primitives here are set into 3 by 3 by 3. So what that means is it's allowing us to have surfaces that we can work with. So I only really need one surface here. So I'm just going to change these to 1. It doesn't matter whether you have 3 or 1. It's just, again, the more complex your object, then the more tessellations that you need. So I'll just say OK. And I'm just going to start by drawing the top. So I click on my mesh box. And again, it is 0, 0, enter. And the other side is going to be 18, 18. And the thickness is 1 inch. And I'll change that to conceptual. I should have changed that earlier. That's fine. That's cool. So now I need to create a 2 inch by 2 inch leg by 13 1/8 inches high. So I can work on that. Click on my mesh again, and that's 0, 0, enter. And it's going to be 2, 2, enter, and 13 1/8, 13.125. Okay, I'm going to my top view. You notice that happened over here, which is fine. It doesn't really matter where you do it, as long as you don't try to do it in the front view, because it'd be a little bit confusing there. So I'm just going to copy this leg now. So the table's 18. This is 2 inches, so I'm going to copy it over 16 inches. And then I'm going to copy both of these. In this, turn on my ortho. It's very important. Ortho 18. If you don't have your ortho on, 16. So move previous. No, move these 2 inches. If you don't have your ortho on, then you could find that these things might be misaligned a little bit. So you got to be careful here. Ortho on's a good idea. So I have a frame as well for this coffee table, and that frame is going to be 17 by 17 by 1 3/8 thick. So again I'm starting at 0, 0. And that way I can just go to 17, 17, and my thickness is going to be 1 3/8, 1.375. And I know that I need to move it by a 1/2 inch, 0.5. and move this part here by 1/2 inch, 0.5. Okay, so I think I need to, I'm going to just move these things. So I'm going to go to the front view, and I'm going to move the top. The top of the table is supposed to be 15.5. It's 1 inch thick, so it should be 14.5. And now I need to move the frame. So the frame is supposed to be, I can move the frame up exactly 13 1/8. 13.125. So again, zoom extents, and everything looks really good here. It looks good here. It looks good here as well. So the only thing I need to worry about right now is creating my brace. So again, I'm just going to start the brace at 0,0. So again I'll use the mesh. 0,0. And, oops, in the front view, sorry. Must be in the top view. Mesh starting at 0,0. And this is going to be, the length of this has to be 14 inches. And the thickness is 0.5, or the width is 0.5. And the thickness is 2.25. Okay, that's really good. Now I'm going to click on this guy because I need to have one going the other way. Now I could draw it, or I could just basically I can just actually just click on rotate. So I just RO for rotate. Select this, enter. And I'm just going to do the end point, END, and notice my O-snaps aren't on. You shouldn't have your O-snaps running. And I can pick here, and I'm just going to say 90. So what it did is it moved it. It did 90, but I need to move it in by 0.5. Then I need to move it by 2. Need to move this one. Okay, so I see what I did. Okay, I accidentally rotated, and I didn't do a rotate copy with this. So I can copy it now. And I can do a rotate here. Doesn't matter where I do it. I'll just click here and say -90. Undo that. Okay, rotate. Enter. Doesn't matter where I pick. -90. That's good. So I should be able to move this from the end of here to the end of here. And it looks good. So these are both basically in the correct position. So I'm just going to move previous, and I'll just move that by 1/4, 0.25. And then I'm going to move this one here. And I'll move that by 1/4 as well, 0.25. So now if I want to, just go back to here, and I'm going to mirror this one from this midpoint. Because my ortho's on, everything is cool. Pick that point. Whoops. Okay, I want to, no, that's stretch. I'm silly me. we want to do the mirror command. Oh, and so there's my mirror command. Select that from the midpoint here. So there's the one on that side, and then now I need to mirror this one from this midpoint. And now in this view, I need to move all of these. I want to move them up 13 1/8 minus 2 1/4 equals 10 7/8. 10.875. And everything looks like it lines up really well. So I'm really happy with this. Zoom extents. Zoom extents. Here I want to change this to perspective view. And so I'm just going to save this. And then I'm going to do save as. And I'm going to change this from an end table to a coffee table. And in this view, I'm going to use my stretch command, type 18. So now I have an 18 by 36 inch coffee table. And I can save this as, just save it. And I've created 2 tables. So that ends this tutorial. We have one more to go, and we'll just follow that when you're ready. Thank you. See you soon.